Are you aware of a switch in the editorial position of News in regard to climate change?
Well, we don't deny climate change. I accept climate change is happening. The question is, what is the solution and what is the cost? Because as I explained, it's not a costless exercise. And as a media organisation, it's our role to hold governments of all persuasions to it.
I see.
Different political parties, because these policies and the decisions involved in them have an impact on ordinary Australians in terms of industry, jobs and household finances.
And just to clarify, when you say we, who are you referring to, Mr Whittaker, when you say we don't deny climate change?
I'm referring to Sky News and News Corp.
And will Sky be participating in this campaign?
Sky News's role in terms of this issue is we have been working on a documentary looking at the issue of net zero emissions and looking at the issue about the policies and the solutions potentially for net zero emissions, looking at what the available technology is and speaking to a wider range of experts about that. And that documentary is timed to coincide with the Glasgow Climate.
So will Sky see itself as part of the News Corporation?
We are part of News Corporation, but in terms of our involvement, I've just outlined what our involvement is. And we are still being formulated at the moment, so I can't really speak to that report.
Right. I just want to know whether there's been discussions with you about that campaign and specifically the reference here to a plan that critics of the net zero by 2050 won't be muzzled. Is that, were you familiar with that aspect of the campaign?
Like I say, where it's still being formulated, our involvement is only in the terms of a documentary. I can't speak to the other mastheads what they're doing because that's a separate issue, and I don't believe it's as advanced as what it's been indicated this morning in that report.
I see. Well, I'm just wondering how it fits with the proposition that has often been said that the Murdochs distance themselves from editorial decisions on their various platforms, that there's a company-wide campaign being run on a matter such as carbon net zero target being reached by 2050.
I wouldn't describe it as a campaign. I would describe it in terms of Sky News as an exploration of what are very complex issues. For example, we know that Bill Gates, for example, believes that micronuclear may be a solution to net zero emissions based on current known technology. That's an issue, for example, that we might explore in a documentary. And that's an issue into technology is a big issue of net zero emissions in terms of how you find a solution.